Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Taibahasakicks.com, and this morning we're going to talk about the Adidas Yeezy 350 V2 Dazzling Blue, and we're also going to talk about the Nike Dunk Low Team Red. Both sneakers are releasing tomorrow, and what I want to do this morning, I'm just going to talk about the resale value and why you should invest in both sneakers. They are a great investment, so I don't want to waste too much time because I know that your time is precious, so I'm just going to jump into it. So let's first start with the Yeezy 350. Now, I'm not going to talk about all what it looks like and all that. You have many other YouTube guys to look at for that. So we're going to talk about retailers. Who's getting the sneaker? So basically what we have is Adidas.com, Yeezy Supply, Snipes, Jimmy Jazz, Downtown Locker Room, Shoe City, DSG, Dick's Sporting Goods, Foot Locker, Champs, and Snipes and Shoe Palace. And we also have Bodega and a few other small boutiques. So I'm not going to mention those too much. So you can also get it on eBay if you want to get it right now. Now we're going to talk about the stock numbers. So how many were produced? That's going to be pretty interesting because this is just from data that are collected from outside sources. So Yeezy Supply estimated stock is like 55,000, and then Foot Locker and Champs about 12,500 pairs, and then Dick's is getting about 4,500. So now if you want to find an estimate of the total stock produced, I'm just going to assume that Yeezy Supply is getting about 30% of the entire inventory. So to find the entire supply, we're just going to do what? 55,000 times 3, and we're going to add it by 55,000 divided by 3, and that gives us 183,000 pair. That's approximated. So now, in conclusion, we can assume that the total number of pairs will be somewhere between 160K and 200K. Again, this is just based on data, and this is just based on assumptions. So don't take my word for it. Take it with a grain of salt and do your own investigations, run your own numbers. Now, as far as the resale is concerned, I'm more accurate on that. So basically, if you look at the chart on my screen now, you're going to see that I have data between the 24th of February and then the 25th of February, right? So the average sale price is between $337 and $341. Basically, the shoe seems to have been gaining about $4 per day since yesterday. So that's interesting. That's a positive trend. But you can expect the price to drop by like 5% or maybe 2% when the shoe officially releases. Again, the stock numbers are not going to be that low, so you can expect a drop in that shoe. So for better and for accurate, more accurate data, let's get our 5 number summary because that always helps. So basically, if you look on the screen again, the lowest sale recorded was $313, and that's for 3 size 8.5, and then the highest was $650 for a single size 15. So keep that in the back of your head. Now, 25% of the shoe sold for prices between $313 and $328, and that's like 1 size 7.5, a size 5, a 6 size 8.5, 3 size 9s, but mostly size 10s with 8 pairs sold and a couple of size 11s. Now, the majority of the sneaker, about 50%, sold for prices between $328 and $340. And for those, it was size 6s, size 6.5, 7, 8, 8.5, 12, 12.5. But for the most part, size 9.5, size 10.5, and size 11. And another 25% sold for values from $340 to $650. Those were the best sizes to get, right? Size 7, 7.5, 11.5, 14, and 15. But mostly size 13 and size 7.5. Now, I found about 8 outliers, which are irregular values, and they range from 360 all the way to like 650, 360, 363, 364, 393, 410, 413, 444, and then 650. And those were for size 9.5, 10, 12.5, and then size 15 and size 14 as well. So the overall resale value, when you take away the outliers, is $333, and that leads to a profit of $70. Again, that profit might drop by like maybe like $5 or $10 by the time the shoe releases officially, but the shoe pretty much is going to retain its value. So again, I'm going to give you the resale value by size. For a size 4.5, you may be earning about $67. For a size 5, about $62. Size 6, you get about $75. For a size 6.5, about $71. For a size 7 and 7.5, about $81. For a size 8, you get about $77. Size 8.5, about 51. Size 9, about 58. Size 9.5, you get $81. Size 10, 63. Size 10.5, 81. Size 11, 70. Size 11.5, 92. Size 12, 77. Size 12.5, $84. Size 13, about 83. Size 14, 115. And size 15, $358. Again, the returns are definitely worth the investment, especially for sizes 14 and 15, fetching about $358. Again, if you want to hit the home runs, aim for those sizes, size 14 and in size 15. Now, again, I went ahead and found an equation for you guys to help you to figure out what size to get. So let me get to it in a minute. I'm going to show you what I got, and we're going to go from there. Again, my projection started from May the 1st. Okay, so that's where we're going to start. We're going to starting in May. So the resale value, I'm going to put resale here, starting May, is going to be 0.25 times time plus $382. Basically, based on the simulation that I ran, that's what I think is going to happen. So basically, starting May, this is what the price is going to be worth, at least $382. Okay, and then if you want to know how much this shoe is going to be worth in a year from May, let's say May 2023, you can replace the time by 360, and then you see what happens. So if you replace the time by 360, let's see what happens. So we're going to get a resale, or resale, let's just call that resale, is going to be 0.25 times 360 plus 382. And that gives us, let's see how much money you're going to be making. You're going to be making about $472 in return. That's your revenue, not the profit. So if you wait till next year, May, that's how much you can expect the shoe to be worth. About $472. That's a pretty good investment if you think about it. If you have capital, I would say definitely put your money into it. Okay, this is for guys that have capital. If you don't have capital, don't mess with it. Just leave it alone, sell it right away, make your money. If you only have like maybe $500, just buy it and sell it. If you can secure the shoe, buy it and sell it today. Don't wait because you don't have money. Capital, if you have like a lot of money in your bank account, then yeah, you should definitely look into buying this sneaker. But if you have like maybe just a couple of $1,000s, I wouldn't be doing any long-term investment on this one. Now let's jump in and then talk about the Team Red Nike Dunk Low. Again, that shoe is only retailing for $100. The retail price is $100, and we're gonna see what resale is like. Now, the only place that's getting it is Snipes, and I don't have any access to any inventory, so I'm not gonna talk too much on that. But then let's look at what the shoe is doing. So if you look at my screen right now, you can see that the average sale price has been kind of declining a little bit. Went down to like 221 today, right? Now it's safe to say that the resale will be somewhere between 200 and 250. But then again, we're gonna get a 5-number summary for better insight. So the lowest sale recorded was 195, and that was for a size 12.5. And the highest was 331, and that's for a size 12. But that happened on the 18th of February. Now 25% of the shoes sold for values between 195 and 225. That's like 3 size 9.5, size 7, size 10.5, size 4, size 11, 4 size 11s, and a size 6, and then 6 size 12.5, and a size 13. And that was 7 size 10.5. That's interesting. Now 50% of the shoes sold for prices between $225 and $249. That's a size 8.5, 9.5, 10, 10.5, 11, and 12 for the most part. And another 25% sold for values from $249 to $231. And that's for size 7, 7.5, 10, 10.5, 12, and 13. And there were a total of 4 irregular values, or outliers, we call them. Those were $303, $309, $321, and $331, and that was for size 13, 12.5, 9.5, and 12. So you definitely want to keep these sizes in mind if you want to maximize your profit. Now, when I took away the outliers, the overall average resale value is $236, and that leads to a margin of $109. This is very good news. Again, I'm going to show you what the resale looks like in terms of size. For a size 6, you get about $94. The size 7, you make about $128. Size 7.5, you make about $126. Size 8, you make about $133. Size 8.5, $108. Size 9, you make about $129. Size 9.5, you make about $115. Size 10, $112. Size 10.5, $106. Size 11, you make about $111. Size 12, about $131. Size 12.5, $103. And size 13, $128. This is probably one of the best shoes that was released in the last couple of weeks as far as like the resale is concerned and as far as like your return. So this is a good shoe, both for the short term and long term. You're gonna definitely make some money on it, and at least $100. This is incredible. Now the price might drop slow, like maybe like by $5 tomorrow. But as far as like the shoe itself, great investment. If you have a lot of capital, bang, I would say put your money into it. This is a good shoe. All right. Again, I have a lot more stuff on the website. I just don't have time to put all this on YouTube. So like I said before, if you want to find out about all these projection, go straight to the website and then check the link that I'll give you in the description. Again, if you like this type of content, please subscribe to House of Kicks on YouTube and also like the video. It helps with the propagation and it helps me so that way I can also earn something as of doing this kind of work for you guys. Again, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Thank you.